Hello, in today's video, we're going to build the Azure Storage Account on Brainboard. So let's get started. As the first resource, we're going to use a region. Then here, we simply need to configure it. And here, we're going to create a variable. To configure your variable, you simply need to go to Input. And here, you have your variable. You can define them either at the organization, project, environment, or architecture level. Here it will be architecture, and here we're going to save that as a string. Now East US, and here is the region where the storage is located. So now we have created a variable and configured it. So now we make the region bigger to include more resources. So now we're going to include a resource group in the region. So here is going to be resource group, is going to be var.location, and here we're going to create another variable. So it's going to be name. Here you have the advanced configuration with the tags and the meta arguments as well with the count, the depends on, and the for each. So now we are going to configure a second variable here, string. Here is going to be rg, and here is going to be the name of the resource group. So now we have created our variables. We make the resource group bigger, and here we're going to look for a custom resource, Terraform resource. We include it in the resource group, and we're going to configure it. So it's either a resource or data resource. Here we're going to say that it's random underscore ID. Here is storage name suffix. We're going to write our own Terraform code for this specific resource. Is going to be var. And here you have the advanced configuration with the cloud provider source. Now we're going to change the name. So it's going to be storage account name suffix. And here we're going to look for other resources. So storage account is going to be in the resource group, and now we configure it. So here is going to be LRS. Account here is going to be standard. Location is the variable that we have created. Here we have backend lower here is going to be a random underscore ID storage name suffix. Here we close the parentheses, and we do that as well. So now we can continue configuring this resource, and we can use the meta argument as well if we want. So now we're going to create a connector, and here name. Okay, so now we need a queue. We're going to include it in the resource group, and we are going to configure it. So here the queue is going to be default. The name is going to be queue. Storage account name storage, and here we add dot name. And here you can continue configuring this resource as well. So now we need another resource. It's going to be storage container. So here we include it in the resource group and then we configure it. So here storage container is going to be default. The name is going to be blob. Storage account name is going to be storage here, and we add the name. And then you can continue configuring this resource as well. So here we're good, and here we're going to need a storage blob. Is this one. So here we include it like that in the resource group. Perfect. Now we're going to configure this resource. Is going to be here the name backend. Storage account name is going to be storage, and here is going to be name. Storage container name is going to be underscore storage container default, and here we add dot name, and here we have dot. And here, if you want, you can also here do this. Perfect. So now you have created this design. The code has been automatically generated. Now we're going to verify that everything is actually all right. So here we're going to set up our own credentials with the name, subscription ID, client ID, tenant ID, and client secret. Once you have done it, then here you can also configure your own personal Git tokens, either Azure DevOps, Bitbucket, or GitLab. You can also use GitHub. So now we go, and one more thing as well. Here you have your Terraform backend, so the remote backend, so you can use either AWS S3, Azure Blob Storage, or Brainboard backend. You can also configure it at the architecture level. So here, S3, Blob Storage, or Brainboard backend. Now we go to Terraform code. Here you have all your files, so you have your main.tf, for example here, your variables. You have your terraform.tfvars, your provider, that you can configure as well. If you want to configure it, then you simply need to go there, and here you can customize it as well. So now we're going to check that the Terraform code is good, and we do a Terraform plan. As you can see, everything is green. So meaning the Terraform code is actually valid. As Brainboard is a collaborative solution here, Brainboard will be automatically able to detect all ongoing action. So to be able to do the apply, then you need to switch off the plan and do the apply and directly deploy this infrastructure on your Azure subscription. Here you can also create a pull request. Here, for example, we say Azure Storage Account subscription. Here you can use GitLab, GitHub, Azure DevOps, and here we are going to create it. So here we have the link. We have the name of the person who created the pull request. Here you have all your files. And now if you want, you can just merge. Now we are going to close this merge request. So here you can either deploy directly from Brainboard or use a pull request. And here we have created the Azure Storage Account. We have automatically generated our Terraform code from the design, and then we could deploy this infrastructure with a Terraform action or by creating a pull request. I hope this video has been useful for you, and if you have any questions, I will be happy to help you build your own use case on Brainboard. Have a great day.